Hey Siri, call Tracy. I wish this thing worked. Your mom. So I know it's an odd place to start a vlog. I figured I'd start over because everything I said up until this point has been disjointed and crazy. Part of what I want to do, obviously, on this channel is to keep you guys informed of what's going on. You know, the good, the bad, the ugly. You know, just keeping it real with you. It's really been crazy at work. There's been some really major upheaval. Some people that I worked with for a number of years and respected. Well, not to sugarcoat it, they were let go. I think there's more change on the way, let's say. So, how did that affect me? Well, I work in e-commerce. Most of my experience is in asset protection / loss prevention, which is basically, you know, shrink awareness and prevention, internal theft investigations, interviews, you know, representing the company in unemployment hearings and prosecutions and things of that nature. That's most of my experience. For the past 7 years or so, I've also been responsible for compliance, which is like food safety and defense, and haz waste material handling and disposal and things of that nature. Basically, compliance means anything that would get us jammed up if any one of the alphabet agencies came to visit. FDA, EPA, OSHA, whatever alphabet agency decides to come through the door, as part of compliance, we're responsible for making sure that we are audit ready at all times. But the biggest part of what I've been doing has been safety. That's been primarily my focus for the past, you know, 7 years or so. I've been at my present company for just turned 3 years. What's been going on now is we've opened a couple buildings since then. We actually have what they call a campus model. So we have a building across the street that operates as sort of a pop-up, which means around this time now we're in peak, what they call peak. We are gearing up for the holidays, and that brings with it a whole host of other stressors. So in our environment, you know, when you have multiple locations, you really, it's a whole host of headaches, and you need a full staff of managers and associates to really manage the day-to-day and not be just completely overwhelmed. Well, I don't have that support. Going crazy trying to get ready for peak, playbooks and all these other things that we're doing, and you know, I just got completely inundated with work. I've been working a couple weekends. The past couple of weekends I missed the cheesesteak run, Moto John, or as Nevermore Moto now calls him, Papa John. I missed that opportunity to hang out with Moto John and meet Nevermore Moto, and that kind of sucked. Even more disturbing is my role, I think, is going to be changing as well. So needless to say, it's been a really, really stressful few weeks for me. But again, I fully understand, you know, especially in the time that we're living in with these draconian rules regarding COVID. You know, people have lost jobs, people have lost businesses. There are a ton of people out there, I'm sure, that would die for an opportunity to complain about having to work on weekends, or complain about having, you know, stress or additional responsibility or whatever. I get that, I know that, and I am fully aware that is a very real situation. So I don't want to sound like I'm not thankful. I'm very thankful. I feel very blessed to be working and to have this opportunity to you know, to continue to do the things I like to do, like ride this motorcycle. So yeah, I completely understand that. So considering this fact, I would love to know from you guys, how do you feel about your current job? If you are working, if you are lucky enough, like I said, to be among those that are still employed, how do you feel about your current job? What do you like about your current job? What don't you like about your job? And what was the best job? I want to tell you guys what I think, for me, the best job I ever had was. Let me say this first, and I mean this with all sincerity. Up until my recent situation, I have been blessed to literally love every job I've had from when I first started working, those many years ago. I really have had just wonderful opportunities in my life to work with some just phenomenal people, work in some really interesting environments. Nothing earth-shattering. I'm not a chemical engineer or a helicopter pilot, and you know who you are. But yeah, I don't have any cool job like that, but I've always had some pretty interesting jobs. But the job that I think I love the most, and it was for no other reason but the people, and that was for the automotive company that I worked for. And I worked there for the better part of 13 years. These guys worked so hard. They were so professional. Any hour of the day, we used to have to go in, put a VCR in the ceiling, get the VHS tapes, and change out the tapes every so often. You know, you could only get, I don't know, a couple of days if you set it on the highest settings, if that. So it was like one of those deals where when you had an investigation going, you were probably hitting this place, you know, a couple nights a week just to get up in the ceiling and pull the VCR tape. And then of course there was the whole time that it took to review the tape. But these guys never complained, man, never complained. And aside from that, we had the most fun. I can't even explain to you like how crazy this crew was. We were just absolutely insane. I don't know how any of us were allowed to operate motor vehicles or open and close stores. I don't know how they let us do any of that, because we were just nuts. But anyway, like I said, I don't want this to be like a rant. I want it to be more like a love letter in honor of Labor Day, and in honor of, you know, the most favorite job I ever had and the guys that I worked with. I want to thank you guys for checking in. If you're new, take a look at some of the other videos. If you like this kind of stuff, please consider hitting the subscribe button. I'd love to have you join. I'm going to say the silent majority, right? Let's do that. Is that a good one, the silent majority? Well, we're a minority right now, but maybe we could turn into a majority. Anyway, consider subscribing. I'd love to have you. If you are a subscriber, and I have a couple folks that are just super engaged and always, you know, watch and comment, I love you guys. I really do. I appreciate it so much. It's a lot of fun. This whole thing has been pretty fun so far. But if you've been around here, if you've checked in a couple of times and you haven't subscribed yet, what the heck are you waiting for? Give it a shot. It's free, and it builds character. And if I came off like whiny, let me know. Tell me in the comments section, man, stop being such a you know what. And I'm good with that. I probably deserve some of that. All right, guys, I'm gonna call it. Cruising down Oregon Avenue, heading home, riding off into the sunset. I'm gonna enjoy some cigars and some Yinglings and a nice fire with the family when I get home. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have fun and ride safe, okay? Take care. Boom, 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 boom. Bum 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 bum, ba da 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 bum 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 bum, bum ba da bum 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 bum.